Trust me, you don't want to miss this unboxing. These tapes are so adorable, so fun, and so cute. There's some cuteness overload in here. And I will also be doing some advanced techniques, creating some peekaboo windows. And if you would like to see all of these, stay tuned. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. Thank you, Washi Tape Shop, for sending me all of these goodies so that I can play with them and I can share some amazing spreads with you. And we have quite a bit of the selection, as you can see. So I'll have all the names in the description, and I will also have the timestamps just so that you can navigate easily through them. And if you would like to grab any of these tapes that you see, and these are the washi tape versions, they also have the PET versions which have a bit more of a glossier finish. So in here we have the Summer Bazaar, Summer Market, Kitty Cascade, Sunlit Orchard 2, Sunlit Orchard 3, the Journal Nook, the Maple Cafe, Urban Grove, and Chic Green. They're all the washi tape versions and they're all pre-cut, perfect for use because it just saves you tons of time. And if you like any of these that you see, you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off. And I just quickly took off the wrapping and let's get to these tapes one by one. And I will zoom in so that you can see the tapes closer because the gorgeous details is something you don't want to miss. And just be a bit careful taking off that initial set of the tape because the stickers are so cute. They are so small. And as you can see, there is a whole bunch of kitties in here in different orientations. So it's going to be fun putting together Dutch doors. And look at all those cuties. And I will zoom in just so that you can explore. That is so adorable between all the cats and all the different small illustrations that are there. And as you can see, there is quite a bit on the roll. So that's where it starts repeating. There is so much in here. So adorable. And perfect for lining up along the Dutch doors, which I will tell you more about because the vertical Dutch doors will be a breeze with these. Do you agree? So that is the Kitty Cascade. And let me just make sure I can have that in frame without them rolling over. Next, we'll have the Sunlit Orchard. And these are watercolory illustrations. And that is going to be the first tape. Again, just be a bit careful with the initial part. And look at those. So adorable. So whimsical. So cute. And the washi tape shop has so many designs, but some of these have really such cute animals and birds in them, just like this one. And they're just perfect for adding as fillers, even if you don't do a whole spread. Just a small fillers or something, some cute illustrations that you can do. And they're gilded, so that is just the perfect touch of that golden shimmer. So that would be the Sunlit Orchard 2, and you have the Sunlit Orchard 4. So it is always exciting to unbox the washi tape shop packages, and they have so much in a package when they send it over to me, and it's like Christmas morning. So this is the next coordinating tape with slightly bigger illustrations. Again, this is gilded too, and you have quite a bit of those barn like houses, and so adorable, like so dainty. And you could use this in your planner spreads, journal spreads. Putting together a quick spread is such an easy task. And next, we'll have the next tape, which is going to be the market stuff. The market stuff is, the details are so cute. And this is going to be the summer bazaar. And we have so much of the gardening stuff. You can create the garden scenes, the garden beds. You even have the market. And again, you can have so much on here before it starts repeating. So adorable. Whether it be for your gardening journal, if you are somebody who creates a separate journal for keeping track of your garden, your veggie garden, your seasonal garden, any of those, you have all these amazing tapes perfect for your use. And we also have the next tape, which is going to be the summer market. As the name suggests, it's going to be a whole bunch of veggies and all the produce, including the displays and the different things you would obviously find in a summer market, right? Again, just take those few extra seconds to make sure you don't rip any stickers. Just look at all those vegetables and the market, the veggie stands, and all the different produce that are seasonal, whether it be tropical, whether it be any basic veggie garden, any of those. And I think that is where it starts repeating. Yeah, I think so. So that's our summer market. And these tapes are just perfect. The tapes that help seal the roll. It is just perfect for our tapes. And again, if you prefer the glossier version, this is matte finish, of course. And next up, we have the next one, which is going to be, I believe this is the Maple Cafe. And you might actually want to take those few extra seconds to take off the packaging like everything else. And the details on this tape are just even more detailed. Oops, I took it off the wrong side. Yeah, that's fine. And this is a whole bunch of gorgeous cafes and street look and street seating. Some could be seaside, some could be just the floral wines on the cafes. It is so pretty, the details and the smaller elements which are given to you for building those scenes, that's just so pretty. And you have the lampposts which you could bring in as and when you need it. So that is going to be the Maple Cafe. That is such a lovely tape. And you could even use it through late summer or early fall. And the next is going to be the journal nook. Whoops, they're just rolling all over the place. So this is going to be the journal nook. And this again has lots of those girlies in different postures. Yeah, just making sure that is the name. And sorry if I sound a bit different because I'd been feeling under the weather and I'd been traveling. So this is as soon as I'm back, and I still am not fully back to normal. I had some slight cough, so I might have to take frequent breaks to do the voiceover, but I thought I had to put this one out because the washi tape shop had sent this to me a couple of weeks ago and I hadn't just gotten to them. So I really wanted to do this, and bear with me if I sound funny. So that is so pretty with all these girls and all these smaller elements you can build scenes with. And that is the journal nook. And we also have all the pre-cut versions which are coming out lately, and that's so helpful, especially when you're on a time crunch. And next up, we have this set, which is going to be the Urban Grove. And this has lots of these bigger stickers you can build scenes with. And again, see the variety. Even this one has lampposts, which is useful. And the picket fences and the garden scenes, some waterfront stuff, some cobblestone stone streets that you can build, garden gates, garden fences, the greenhouse, lots and lots of these elements. Look at those. So pretty. So this is going to be the Urban Grove. That is so pretty. Make sure you grab these right away if you like any of these, because once sold, it does take a bit of time for the restock. And this would be the Chic Green, which is going to be the last roll that you will get to see before we actually get on to the plan with me or the journal spread. And let me know if you have picked up any of these already, because this have been in the store for a couple of weeks, a few days, I would say. And if you have picked up any of these, let me know what you're planning to do with them. And this is another stunning collection. And this one has lots of these doggies and girls and more of that outdoorsy cafe garden kind of look. Such pretty illustrations. This one has some cafes and some outdoorsy, a good mix, and some of those smaller elements also. But the cafes are different from what the Maple Cafe roll has. And this is all the way until it starts repeating. So that is again so pretty. And let me know which of these tapes is your favorite from what you see or saw rather. Look at all those details. And let me know if you have shopped from the washi tape shop before, and which collection is your all-time favorite. Because there are tons of collections that came out. And this is everything I have. And thank you to Washi Tape Shop for sending me these ahead of time so that I can share with all of you. And let's dive right in with our plan with me. And any guesses on which ones I'm going to use first? Let me know. So this is my current journal, the last setup I have on here. And as you can see, I have some horizontal Dutch doors, and this is where we will be starting. And I'm putting on the paper clip also from the washi tape shop. And this is how much I need for the rest of June. And I have picked 4 tapes here, and I will have the exact names available for you. I have some more washi tapes from the washi tape shop, and I also have my tools, which are mostly from Journal Say. And I'm going to be doing some advanced techniques this time. And I will be doing some peekaboo windows also, which I occasionally have done, but I thought I would try something even more different. And I'm going to pick something for the right page, but again, I will be starting with the second page this time because I wanted to see if I can start with the frontmost page, but then no. And I will also pick this cafe where she can stand right next to, or and repositioning is what we do a lot. And because these washi tape stickers are so easily repositionable, it is never a problem. And if you are not sure of how thick or how easy it is to work with these washi tape stickers, I've got your back. I can guarantee you that it is never an issue. So let me just take out my pencil and kind of mark the rough area where we will have our window for the first page. So the first page will primarily consist of just that window. So let's just take out our kneaded eraser, and I've linked all the tools and all the products I'm using, including this kneaded eraser and the tools, the scissors. The washi cutter is from Live Love Posh. And my code Priya10 can be used at Live Love Posh, Archer and Olive, where the journal is from. And I'm going to roughly cut around the space where I will have the window placed. And with this washi tape and this X-Acto knife or the ceramic knife I'm using from Fiskars, it is such an easy task. Can you see that? Let me know if you've done something similar. And if you cut all the way through, which has not really happened here, you can just pull off that part of the notebook, or just that window comes out effortlessly. And make sure you have the protective surface underneath, say like a self-healing cutting mat that I'm currently using. And this current one is from Journal Say as well. So that is where our girl and a part of the cafe will make an appearance. And this is a Pixel Dash washi set, which is like a fun assortment of different patterns in black and white. And I'm going to be using a couple of the patterns. And for this one, I'm going with this triangular or the zigzag, or maybe like a, not exactly a chevron, but different sized triangles are on the tape. So that is our first Dutch door, which will also be a window. So that is our first window. And sometimes when you cut or the pressure is not enough and you do have a bit of a weird angle on the tape, so you might have to trim off that so that you can really have that crisp edge. And I didn't quite like how that tape looked, so I'm going to redo the right edge. And let's start at the top and finish with the right side of the window. And sometimes when you have other things underneath you, you're not quite able to have that pressure needed for the sharp edges or the crisp edges. And I'm using the Journal Nook, the Maple Cafe, the Urban Grove, and the Chic Green. These are the 4 tapes that I have brought in elements from to complete the whole spread. I'll have all the names in the description, so don't worry about it, but I just thought I would mention if you want to take note of that or add these tapes to your shopping carts. I think the name mentioning it would be helpful. And as you can see, I'm trying to fill some of that white space that I will be doing the Dutch doors out of. So let's start with this side and we will go with this thicker or wider one from that same set, and we will also trim around there. And I can always cut off that washi tape around where I have the elements placed, but I thought I will just come and not waste that much washi. So I'm going to just do it this way, and I will be cutting along the edge of these elements to form that Dutch door on the second page. And once this is done, I think I will go ahead and do the front page, which would be kind of simpler when compared to this because it's like a straight edge that we will be having. And let's make sure we have the space between the girl and the doggy also cut out. And that is going to be so cute. And I think we can just use the scissors for the upper part of the page. That looks cute. Maybe I should remove that sticker because I wanted the elements in the back pages also to be visible. Yeah, that's better. And this is going to be the part which determines where we will be having our first Dutch door. And here as well, this is another pattern that I have brought in. I'm trying to kind of place it more centrally placed, and we will bring the rest of the tape for the bottom part, just trying to place it straight. That's a good starting point for the front page. And if we can just straighten it a bit more, I think that would be better. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, let's try and line it up to the tape at the bottom. And I will just make sure that it is in fact a straight line, because sometimes it does look okay visually, but then once you finish with the spread, it might look really wonky. because when you look at it from a distance, you actually see all the imperfections. Because when you're working on a spread, you are really close, sitting close, your head is right there, maybe a few inches away from the page, and you may not notice the smaller elements, which, especially when it comes to having the tapes lay down straight. So, this is going to be our first page. This is one of the simplest ways of having windows, which can be made into Dutch doors. So that peekaboo window is kind of cute, and it has that space right there, which is like where all the focus would go. Do you agree? And this is going to be the girl. I'm trying to pick somebody who would be kind of in a slightly similar angle when it comes to the head, but also I would like to have the different orientation so that it will look seamless, but I think that's okay. When you turn the page, it might look as if the doggy is sitting right next to the girl, right? As she is walking next to the doggy. And we have so many of these smaller elements which can be brought in to match the shape of the Dutch door. And this is the back page. And usually I like to use the same pattern of the washi tape or the same washi tape for the page in the back as well, so that we can have some thinking taken away from us, because it's the same pattern, and I think it makes our life easy when you're picking elements to go on the Dutch doors. Clean out the scraps from your fingertips, and I think we will be ready for this page, which needs that Dutch door or the window. And I'm going with the same pattern again here. And if you lay that down straight and rip it vertically up, I think it does make life a lot easier. And this is the window part of it all done. And I think I will use the same wine or the leaves washi for the edge as well, so that we can be done with this door nice and simple. And if you would like to see how you can get started with Dutch doors, I have a video where I shared my pro tips on how you can do so, and I'm taking away all the thinking for you, all the tips that can be used right away, and you will look like a total pro. Please check out that video. And this is going to be the next role I'm diving into. And look at all the elements given to you. That is so pretty. And let's have this park and the walkway right there, just so that we can have some of those elements that can be layered. And I think this direction board is also helpful, and we will also bring in another sticker, and I think that's perfect, because I want the frame to have elements from the majority of the pages. So that's kind of my intention, and I think it's working great. And let me know if you have done something similar, or if there is anything specific you would like to see from me. Please let me know. And if you are wondering how the behind the scenes are in my world or on my channel, please check out my membership option, where the sneak peeks are just one of the perks. And you do have a great supportive team, and I really appreciate all of you who take the time to join my membership program. And I make sure I do give the value for your money, and it is a great community. That's the first group of people that I reach out to if at all I'm torn between sticker books or stickers I can use for my spread, or whether I'm in a dilemma when it comes to a theme. They are the first set of folks who I reach out to, and it is so amazing that you take your time to help me out. And let's see, we need a few more elements to connect the washi tape and the page. So, because I don't want the washi tape to be holding the page together, so a couple more elements would be good, because it does make a lot of difference in the integrity of the page. And you may be thinking 2 or 3 is what normally I like to do, but here I'm going with 4 Dutch doors, and I have shared what would be a good number when it comes to doing Dutch doors, because not everybody is comfortable going advanced. And if you've been following me for some time, then you know how I like to bring in challenges, and I keep it very transparent here, so it becomes easy, because I'm not hiding anything. I'd like to keep it very genuine, so you can see the real struggles, the real person, and the real process behind my spreads. And I make sure that I do not have any editing done, especially when it comes to hiding mistakes. Mistakes do happen, we're all human, and we do need ways to get around that. And for the most part, there is a way out. So it is just a matter of thinking outside the box and seeing what can be done differently. And let me know if you enjoy the real life struggles, the real setups, because it may not look the prettiest, but it does help you gain that confidence that mistakes do happen, and it is not the end of the world. It can be fixed, and it's okay to make mistakes. So this is going to be the next layer. And just so you know, I do have a cough drop in my mouth, because otherwise I do start coughing, and I do not want you to be spending your whole day here, because the thought process, I might lose the train of thought, and I may go on a rant. So I just thought that I would put on a cough drop into my mouth so that I can swallow it once in a while, and that does let me talk for longer. So this is going to be the place where I have that peekaboo windows, and I need not have a proper full on like a circle for this, because we will be, yeah, now that needs to be in a different position. Let's see. I think it needs to move up. It is just not working because I want that to be visible from the front. And then the thought hits that, yeah, I think that's better. Maybe moving it a bit more to the right, because this would be our last Dutch door, but I want the elements to be visible. And let's see, maybe we can bring in that food truck, and the lamp can definitely be here because that just brings in another element. And we can always have other elements to go nearby once we have set these scenes which are visible from the front page. The back pages can always be fixed. And let's bring in this arch right there. Yeah, I think that's good. And we will also, let's see, we need, I think, yeah, that food truck will come in. I'm just not there yet. There you go. And that brings about an element of interest. And there are so many cute elements in here, and I think it is just a matter of building all those layers. And we will have our next Dutch door, and I really want to cut in between there, and I think we will just start right at the top. Oopsie, I used the wrong gyro cut. And just in case you're wondering what the difference is, the current one is a gyro cut Pro, which is a much more versatile blade if you are planning to use it for more than just thick 160 GSM paper like what I'm currently using. And this is more of an advanced blade. And the other one is the older gyro cut, the OG one. And that itself is good enough. But I've used it for so long, I've used it really well that the blade needs a replacement. And it does come separately purchasable, but I did not want to buy the blade separately because I opted for the advanced version of the blade. And there you go, there we have our peekaboo window, and we'll do the same thing for the arched door as well. And the tutorial, if you are wondering, for the gyro cut is linked if you want to check that out, just so that you can navigate through the learning curve. There is a bit of a learning curve, but in no time you will master the tool. And this is going to be the next back page. And for this one, I think I will pick something that can fit into this area. And I'm not sure that is the right size. That's way too big, yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to see what we can use. And I think this will go perfectly at the bottom, and those two birdies can sit right in between that arched window. And this is where you have some of the other elements also. And what do we have here? And I did put down that girl, but maybe you're not. She can be placed somewhere there where she's more visible, and I think that's better. And with all these different postures and different actions that these girls are doing, I think it makes more sense that we have multiple girls here. And I think we will put down that picnic blanket right there. And yeah, I think that's a good place. And this girl can be seated right there next to that picnic blanket with all the beautiful garden scenes next to her. And we will also have, maybe you know what? Yeah, that should go at the top right corner. That's perfect for that space. If it can be put down straight, yeah. And I think that was a good idea. You see how you can just bring in all those elements one by one, and before you know, you'll have a completed garden scene. And I think those stairs can be placed right next to that lantern post. And this is how you build layers. And you see how there are bushes and clusters and flower beds in various sizes, which can definitely come in and give you that depth such setups demand. And this is our, yeah, I think that goes better there. That's like a small bridge. And it does kind of give you, yeah, those layers are so adorable. Yeah, I think that's just perfect. And if you are somebody who do not like so many stickers on your journal pages, feel free to stop stickering them. But for me, I think the more decorated the pages are, the more likely I am to use the pages. So that is my reasoning of why I love to add stickers. I think you could call me a maximalist when it comes to the stickering part, but I don't mind it. But if you are somebody who likes to keep it simple, likes to go with simpler setups, then feel free to stop whenever you feel is enough. And I like to have all those layers available. And I think, yeah, that's good. And there will be some more white space at the top, which will need to be filled. But yeah, I think these steps will look perfect here. And we have this girl who can be standing right there. And what? And this white space is also done. Yeah, I think it is coming together pretty well. And we have another one of those arched decorated walkways. And we will kind of add a similar shape at the bottom as well. And these are all pre-cut, which is like a game changer. Even if you rip these stickers, which can happen occasionally, especially when you use tweezers, the stickers are really thin, but it's not fragile enough to rip soon. But sometimes when these tweezers are really sharp, You do end up ripping some part of the stickers, but it is very easily fixable. You can really put them together, just line it up and stick it down, and you're good to go. Nobody will even know it had been ripped. So, you see how I'm bringing the cobblestone walkway and the doggy and the hanging baskets and the crows and the butterflies and the other birds who are just flying. And all of these smaller elements given in all these roles are just perfect for building these beautiful scenes. And we now have, what do we need now? Yeah, I think that was a good addition. And you have the garden, the pond, the water bodies. You do have that gate, which can be right there. Yeah, I think right next to that lamppost is where it should go. And we also have this. Yep, that's where it goes. And these are going to be really, really fun. And this is where we start our next setup, the last one, because we have that frame to start with. And I'm also trying to see where we can line up this picket fence and the flower beds. And yeah, I think we will put that down for now, but things do get moved quite a bit until we finalize everything. And the coffee and tea cafe will come in. And now what? I think we should kind of move it up there. Yeah, that looks like a good spot. And that is really pretty. It's that is going to be, yeah, I think the layers will work beautifully together. I love, yeah, that part is filled now. And I think, yeah, something, yeah, I think that'll be a better fit. Yep. Because you do need some of that green in the horizon for that beauty with the pond to be visible. Yeah, I think that's better. And we need this coffee and tea, which can come right there, right at the corner. Yeah, just place it down and we will trim off the sticker going off the page, which will come in on the other side. Yeah, I think that's a perfect space for that, because some scraps are definitely handy, and with such pretty details, I don't think we should waste. And if I were to put that onto the roll, the scrap, I mean, I don't think it would make sense to have that added to any spread, because I think it does make a difference when the colors are coordinated. And let's complete some of the elements and the look on the left page. And there are so many of these smaller elements which are definitely handy. And I think, no, I think this is going to be perfect. So I think that floral basket can be brought in like this. And this is our, yeah, I think that's better. And we can definitely bring in that table, cafe in the park, Yeah, so let's just do some repositioning like always. And let me know which tapes you would like to see me put to use. Because I'm thinking I will maybe do those kitties, the kitty cascade. That looks really cute, really simple, and I'm sure it will come together in a jiffy. So I'm definitely leaning towards that, but let me know if there's any other role that you would like me to use before that. And let's see. We have lots of these smaller elements which are just perfect for the garden situation. So I think the greenhouse can be brought in right there, just where you can see that peekaboo thing, maybe a tad bit more. And I think that's good. So the greenhouse is there, and on the left of that, maybe we can add some more floral bushes and maybe some of the picket fence elements. Yeah, I think it'll be nice and handy. And some of these smaller clusters, and there are more birds, butterflies, doggies, lots of creatures we can bring in. And what else? And I think, no, that has to be a bit more less wide, because I don't want the part of the stair to be cut off and then that scrap may not find a place in any journals soon. So let's see, we will bring that in, layer it with the picket fence, and I think that's a really cute cluster. What do you think? And we will also, I'm going to put them together, and that looks really odd. No, I do not like how that looks. What else? And I think it can sit right next to, nope, it needs a different spot. There you go. If I can just straighten that a bit more, I think that's good. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And let's continue adding some more elements onto the left page, and we should be done with that. And if you like such creative ideas to try for your planners or journals, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and you also turn on the bell notification so that you would not miss out on any of the future videos coming. And what else? Let me know if you have this habit as well of adding elements and keeping going until you are satisfied, or do you just put down a bare minimum number of stickers and call it a day? Now let's throw in the birds. And please find all the products I mentioned, along with all the names of these tapes I made the spread from, and all that can be found in the description. And I've linked all the videos I was talking about, and I do have full playlists for all the creative touched or spreads I have done in various sizes. So the pocket size journal, the A5, the B6, and this is a B5. Lots of those videos are here if you need any inspiration. And if you like such things to try, please make sure that you check out the videos I mentioned. And hope you are having a great spring to summer transition. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.